This is a short divination developed by Chari La'Mone and I. We both like using dominoes, so we wanted to create something unique using a vintage game called Triominoes. There is a link to her page in the description. This is a divination that looks at the light and dark aspects of the soul, as well as its output or frequency. It uses a combination of sortilege with triominoes and a card deck of your choice. The deck could be Tarot, Lenormand, or a Minciate deck as used for this video. The board we are using for this reading is from a simple triangle board peg game. They are found easily online. This one was found in a vintage store. I prefer to use it turned upside down. First, a triomino is picked out of a bag and placed face down on the middle of the triangle board. Then 3 cards are placed face down on the corners of the triangle. The triomino is turned over, revealing the 3 numbers that correspond to a corner. The top left corner is your light, the top right corner is your darkness, and the bottom number is your soul output, or the frequency that you are operating at. The triominoes number from 0 to 5. All 3 numbers must be viewed from a perspective of balance. Should be viewed. Here we can see the light on the top left corner is a 1, the dark at the top right is a 3, and the frequency on the bottom is a 3. Then the cards on the corners are turned over in any order desired. They are to be read in relation to the number in a because of context. For example, the light was 1, and the card in its position to it is the Handmaid of Cups. It is to be read as, your light is 1 out of 5 because of your relationship with a female spiritual student. If the relationship between the number and the card is good, then you will want to maintain that effect. If the relationship is a negative one, then it implies change with that person is needed. If it is not what you want, then change it. If it is, then maintain it. The dark number is 3 out of 5, and the card is the 5 of Swords. This means that an intellectual or logical crisis is making your inner darkness level high, and not in balance with the light, which is at 1. If the light and dark numbers are closer in level, then there is balance. Lastly, the soul's operational level, or the spiritual frequency that you or the querent are at day to day, is a 3. And the card is the Chariot. This means that too much travel is not allowing you to focus on the 5 of Swords on the dark position and throwing your light and dark out of balance. This is a lowering of your spiritual frequency. This reading would indicate that there is work to be done to help oneself be more spiritual and balanced. And just a reminder that these are quick and dirty sample readings. They can be much more complex depending on the reader. This is just for illustration. With this reading, we can see that the light is at 3, the dark is at 3, and the soul frequency is 5. The card representing the light is Temperance. The card representing the dark is the Ace of Cups, and the soul's frequency, the card is the Moon. What this reading is saying is that focusing on temperance is keeping up a good light energy. The source of emotion, that is the Ace of Cups, is helping to maintain the healthy shadow. Since they are both 3s, there is balance of the inner light and darkness. And the bottom, we see that connecting your spirit with the moon and lunar phases is helping you keep up a high spiritual energy level or output. This is a positive mindset, a positive reading. And with this reading, you'd want to maintain this perspective. This is a very simple and practical reading that can give great insight on ways to add to your own personal power. I would recommend doing it when the moon changes, not more than once a week.